Hey, DOT community, this is Salon coming at you with Conquest, Giver of Life, Raw Edition. So, this Conquest, of course, I've talked about it leading up to it and was not that excited about it because I have Raw already. And Raw doesn't really impress me. And a lot of Raw's relics, well, I either have at least one copy of them already or they don't really impress me that much. So I was hoping that this Conquest was going to have something, some decent, maybe other relics that are not maybe associated with Raw exactly that would be available in this Conquest. And, well, just so happens, the Coiled Serpent's in here. Staff of Flames, can live without it. It's not like absolutely need it, but if I got it along the way, I'm not gonna be horribly upset about it. And I already got the Scorch Vial, so. And you lose Scarf and Sun. I don't know if I have Sun Disc or not, but I'm not. It's not killing me to not have it. So I've definitely been playing. Don't get me wrong. Definitely been playing today. So almost finished with 4. I'm gonna be jumping into some battles right away, actually, of course, and we're gonna get 4 completed, get into 5, most likely complete 5, and get into 6 fairly quickly in the beginning of the stream. So it's been pretty nice. I actually have been getting a decent amount of Portal Stone drops. I know a lot of people that are not really interested in this event might only be pushing maybe to like 5, 6, just based on just how much they could possibly play this weekend. But the rewards for me and where I'd like to, I set my goal on when I was coming up here. Yeah, I'll get Sun Disc at, on 7. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. But 8 has got me interested because of Oricor. I don't have him, and I would like to get him because I'm, I don't know, like 12 Titans shy of having everyone in the, in the game. So yeah, if I get him, I'll be 11 shy. And I know two of those, Oni and Huntress, of course, also part of that 12. So and then there's 2 other 3-star Void Titans that I don't have either. So in all essence, the amount of 4 stars that are available in the game that aren't in the Divine Altar, I'm missing very few. Let's look at it that way. So. And level 9, Coiled Serpent. If I can get to level 9, great. If I don't, it's okay. And then, of course, 10. Not really interested in getting up there. So, because Raw, Divine Gems, yeah. Scorch Vial, not really. And, of course, Staff of Flames, like I was saying. Can live without it if I don't have it. I'll probably get it some other way, some other time. Alright. And the ranking rewards. Take a quick peek at that. They do have Oricor up there at 501 to 1,000. Keeping up with this new trend of not putting a relic in between there anymore. Which is good, I think. But for some players, they might be like, well, I don't want to get 2 Oricors. But, that's just part of this whole grind on the rank side. For me personally, I think 2,000 and above, or 1,000 and above is the best place to be to get 4,000 gems instead. But I'd like to get up there, or down there, I should say. I'm always usually in the 2,000 range. Don't normally fall into the 1,000 to 2,000 range, but we'll see. Because this event, I've been having some pretty decent luck on getting warp stones. Let's see who's all in the chat. See who's all watching. Oh, what do we got? We got Extinction, Xenochrist, Ice. Oh, what? Xenochrist says I miss Ice. Ice mentioned that he'd be here. He mentioned, so hopefully he'll be able to show up at some point. Chad, what's going on? Warhammer. You glad I'm streaming? Yeah, so am I. What's up? Pisces. Hello, Zlon. I finished 6 already, and I'm slightly over 500 ranked. Nice. Born in the house. What's up, Born Scooby Don? Good to see you as well. Thank you for all popping into the live stream tonight. Yeah, Pisces, I've been seeing what you've been saying in chat. You've been extremely active today, which is really good. It's the way to be. I think you'll do just fine. I mean, the way you're going, Shark, if you can give this kind of dedication the entire time. What's up, Ice? You're probably going to be completing again without too much of an issue, I think. If not, maybe you'll stop at 8 or 9, but I think you'll be alright. He's been working a lot on his Titans, and I think the hurdles of the last few plinths won't be as difficult this time around, but obviously we will see. And I know Jim and Val are going to be streaming at some point, probably tomorrow. And I know Dee's going to be trying to stream again tomorrow as well, because of its, it's Conquesty. And everybody loves a Conquest stream. Right? I mean, I do. What's up, Black Mob? Thank you for joining. Alright, so here we go. Oh, and tonight we have I found it in the smaller bottle section of the liquor store, and it's called Tin Cup, and it's an American whiskey, and it's made in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, and it actually says right here on it's right on the glass on the side, it says cut with Rocky Mountain water. So there's Rocky Mountain water in it, and the tin cup comes with a small tin cup actually, so that you're able to pour yourself, basically it's like a double shot glass more or less. And yeah, it's pretty neat. It has a little story on the back. I'll read it real quick. Just a few lines actually. It says it's a Tin Cup whiskey is a blend of two great American whiskeys, each aged in number 3 charred oak barrels. High rye bourbon, distilled and aged in Indiana, is blended with a small amount of Colorado single malt whiskey. These whiskeys are then cut with Rocky Mountain water. Tin Cup is named for the Colorado mining pioneers and the tin cups from which they drank their whiskey. So, I just like the fact that this $15 bottle, and it's a decent sized bottle. I mean, it's 375 milliliters for $15 from for a single night sitting. That's well, maybe not single night sitting, maybe 2 nights. We'll see. We'll see how tonight goes. We'll see how long. But I was just impressed that you get a little tin cup on the top of it. It comes with it. So yeah, it's pretty neat. So I figured I'd share that with you as well, because I'm just enjoying it. I picked it up earlier in the week. I'm like, I'm saving this for Friday's Conquest. So Colorado's whiskey scene is surprisingly good. Stranahan is also great. Nice. So, yeah, I had to try it. I thought it was pretty neat. Alright, let's get to battling. Oh, yeah, and I am exclusively using Pigsy. I've been putting all my XP relics I've been getting immediately on him. Infusing away as much as I possibly can into his relics. And then also at the same time, too, I'm also, periodically fusing all the champion titans that I have immediately into him as well. So my goal is to complete Conquest and have him. He'll be hopefully at 50 tonight on stream. That's how everything's been going. But I hope to have him I'd like to say 60, but I don't want to promise that because I might not get enough XP relics to make that happen in the time necessary. So if anything, I'm going to have him at least up to 55. But I want to say I'll have him at 60. Now the first magic number for Pigsy is 41, because then you can get your all 6 of your summons out, your melee and your ranged. And then 51 is the other magical number with Pigsy especially, because that's when all your spearmen become super tanks. You get that extra 230-something% health. Yeah, so I'm gonna get this Pigsy and all of his relics all taken care of this weekend, so then I can have myself a nice meta Garrison Defender, and everybody can have a hard time. But after that, then I won't feel the pressure as much, because when you have a really good Titan that at the same time a lot of people skipped out on it and don't have it, it seems like it's even more of a priority to get a level up. And there's D. What's going on, D? I maxed a few relics and I have my 5-star at level 7. My Civ is 54 and started at 49. Nice. It feels good, Shark, doesn't it? It feels real good. When you put the time in during Conquest or during events with your Titans, you really see a lot come back. What's up, Snot Chunks? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Harry Thomas, how we doing? Yeah, D's fans. I was talking already in chat, D, that everyone's hoping that there's Tyler Poole. How we doing? I was talking about how hopefully you're going to still be streaming tomorrow night, and it's going to be totally awesome. So hopefully D's been working on some sort of new cool thing to do on our stream tomorrow night. Like, I got a couple ideas that I just popped in my head right now. Like, you know, I can imagine that D would have all sorts of different, you know, just something different, you know, because her what was it, fact history for Valentine's Day info was all very interesting. I thought it was all very good. Questions she asked Princess Z and stuff like that was a bit much, but at the same time, funny reactions, and Drum was reading stuff off, and it was all very, very cool. Last week's D and Drum stream was very, very good. So, you know, hopefully we can see some sort of repeat of that with something similar, but not the same. Maybe she does. We'll see. But I had some ideas, like, you know, something where she can either have people compete in the chat or compete on Discord when it comes down to either asking questions or, you know, or also at the same time, I guess, I guess mostly mostly be asking questions, because you can even compete that way, tentatively, depending on what you're asking. Share your ideas. Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can say, well, see, the thing is, you can do any kind of topic things that people like to talk about specifically. So, for instance, 80s, or you can have an 80s night, which you can, of course, break it down into multiple sections where you can be talking about 80s movies, 80s music, 80s, you can do the same thing for 90s. Just the typical decades that the people that watch all of our, you know, live streams like and can relate to. So you can do an 80s night, a 90s night. You can do because you can refer to anything when it comes down to TV shows. You can refer to stuff that's all movie based. You can refer to foods of the time. You can refer to all that kind of stuff. Other than that, you can also do any kind of game show where you have on, for instance, like maybe like Jim and Val and myself and JJ, and you can have us, compete over uh, either questions about the game and the community, and maybe the YouTube scene, or I don't know. You can have any kind of competitions or anything like that. That involves either the people on, especially the people on Discord is nice, but also too if you can also convince people to come on that don't normally join, and have them compete against people on Discord as like a weekly thing. Like, for instance, radio shows have like this thing where, you have to, you're asked three questions, and then the one DJ's asked three questions, and whoever's got the most correct, you either beat her or you don't. And well, of course, they give you a bumper sticker that says that you beat her. You know what I mean? And it's usually 5 questions, because I think it makes it a little easier, because at least 1 or 2 of them can be different or something like that. So it's like, beat drum, something like that, where they come on and they, or stump drum, so that people will more actively want to come on Discord and either discuss a subject or topic. So there's all that kind of stuff, outwit the hardhead, something like that, Pisces Shark, my 8 is my goal. 9 if I can make it. 10 if I just feel like pushing for 1,000 to 2,000 rank, because I feel like no matter what, I would still have to do that. Yeah, stump drum is brilliant. See, yeah, Juke JJ, you know what I mean? You can do any of that kind of stuff. 80 and 90s night is an awesome idea. See, yeah, I'm just coming up with all sorts of stuff that a lot of people like to do. I'm also using just general ideas from either when you go on cruises, because they theme things around the generations of the people that are on the cruise and stuff like that. So I'm just using those same type of ideas towards a streaming platform, and also the game that we play. So stuff like that. I wonder if there would be a streams a lot more reliable than the devs. That's right, Feranic from this week. It definitely showed that. Phoenix, what's going on? Sorry I didn't say something a little bit earlier. I need to figure out chatbot for Streamlabs. Nothing impressive in the Conquest, but I don't have any of those Titans. I'm going for it. Nice, Space King. You think you can do polls in chatbot? Battle of the Sexes for Valentine's would have been nice. It would have been nice. You just need a second female that you can have jump on, and back up Val, and then you'd be fine. Or it could be you and Val versus Drum and Jim. That would have been good too. Heavy breath contest versus Jim, right? Dumbfound D. So, you can. There's a bunch of. There, I gave you a few ideas right there. The other thing is too, which is what I really like, and I think is a great idea, which is creating a band or a line, chat that is exclusively for people to submit either ideas for videos or streams, or a place that people can submit like either pictures that they want shown, or videos that they want shown. When you do stuff like that, it does make it a lot easier for fans and yourself to collect stuff to be able to create content. So that's another great idea, but it's just something that myself being lazy just hasn't gotten around to doing. Oh, there you go. See, look at that. Rank 5,000. It's crushing it with Pigsy. What's up, Jacob? Yeah, no problem. I have no problem streaming tonight. Myself and the Tin Cup. Tin Cup is also a really good movie, if you've ever seen it. Look up Tin Cup. It's got my boy in it. Well, yeah, I've been buying warp stones, but I didn't buy them ahead of time because I knew I was going to be grinding over a long period of time. So I just always wanted to be regenerating warp stones at the same time. What's going on, Feranic? Thank you for joining. Can you hear me?
Just joining.
Oh, you just joined?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You just joined to listen like you like to?
Sometimes. I haven't had Discord installed for about a month, so.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good to hear from you, Feranic.
You seemed lonely.
Yeah, a little lonely, Feranic, but it'll change. It'll all change here soon enough when I'm on here long enough.
Yeah, D's in the chat, but not speaking.
Yeah, and
I don't know what Jim's about. Ice is in the chat as well.
Yeah, I know, right? So we'll see what happens. Ice was saying something earlier, so maybe he's gonna jump on. We'll see what happens though. But Feranic, after the stream with Sethemopod jumping on Discord, were you like, what? Has no one ever heard your voice before? Like, did you feel like that was what was going on? Like, everyone was making such a big deal about the Aussie, and you're like, have they not?
Just the Aussie act.
Yeah, but I mean, Feranic, you got the New Zealand accent. I mean, doesn't that cut it?
Well, not too much. My accent's more Scottish still.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit different from Talks and the usual English ones that are on.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Fury.
Yeah, or Fury. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Or wasn't Ian Rogerson on as well?
Oh yeah,
that was on?
Or not Ian. Gary was British too. Or no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm correct that again. He was Irish.
Ah, Irish.
Well, he was born, I think, in London, and I think he moved to Ireland. But anyway, it was just a big thing because, of course, I was just constantly referring to Great Britain as also including Ireland. So that's why on the thumbnail I had to make sure to include the Irish flag to not make anybody mad.
True. As you're talking United Kingdom or Great Britain.
Yeah. Shark says, I have about double your battles again, but a bit more VP. But we'll see. We'll see, Pisces. We'll see where the VP lands at the end of the season.
So you're in Dragons, aren't you, for this Conquest?
Yeah, I'm in Dragons right now. Enjoying myself.
It's pretty close with Raiders and Legends.
Yeah, right? I noticed Fury's not slacking over there on Legends. If you see, he's right at the top. Because the one thing about even people saying, Fury's not over in war and everything else, when it comes down to it, Fury still goes to work when he's not spending time with his new baby. And so when Fury goes to work, he's still playing the game. You know what I mean? Like when 7 out of your out of a 10-hour shift, when 8.5 hours of your shift is made up of you playing games or watching something, or watching and playing games, whatever, you're still gonna play the game. You're still gonna play the games that you always normally play.
I still don't know how he gets hand cramp and stuff from hitting the buttons all the time. All those people that grind out events and everything, their fingers must be wrecked and their wrists from repetitive strain.
Yeah, but Feranic, you grind events.
Oh, not really. I use relics. I grind with relics.
You always grind with relics?
Yeah, and I never go over, I think, 400 battles in a week.
Wow.
Otherwise, it's just ridiculous and crazy amount of time. I'm not a fan of speed raiding. But someone else has popped in.
Yeah, we got Ice on here.
I didn't want to interrupt. Hello, gentlemen.
What's going on, Ice? What's going on? No, I was just
Happy Conquest.
Happy Conquest. I was just proofreading Brain's most recent comment. It's a paragraph, so I had to proof it real quick. So he says, in the future, The M&M Corporation becomes the world's only superpower after having developed peanut cloning technology that enabled them to put 2 peanuts in every M&M instead of 1.
I think another game would be Outbrain Brain. That would be another one of those.
That would
Saturday
yeah,
night
that would be a
games.
great. That would be a great game to play.
We have a whole fecal matter section.
Yes,
a
exactly.
Taco section.
Yes.
Condiment section.
You have to outbrain brain. Wow, that would be an amazing.
Yeah, but you'd have to have the toilet section beside the food section because they seem to go hand in hand with the brain.
They do. They're complementary.
Yeah. So for instance, like for the brain, when we play this game, it would be like, for instance, for the first stage 1, of to do for this game, it would be like use poop 4 times in 1 sentence. You know what I mean? Something like that. And
or it could be like Jeopardy. Like a Jeopardy, what is, and you have to fill in one of the brain's answers.
You could. These are all good ideas. Just saying, because to outbrain the brain would be good as well.
You'd have to theme how long the rounds would be based on. Right, this is the starter one, so it's when you're just nipping to the toilet to pee, and then this is the full blown tackle section where you're going to be able to spend a good amount of time in the toilet. So it's a long section, and you can just stretch out how long the different rounds are. There's so much stuff you can do with the brain.
Yeah,
man, you get like sponsors by Kohler toilets. I mean, we can have Taco Bell.
Roll them in. Yeah. Taco Bell's got brain hooked up with like free tacos for a year just because.
Better Foods mayonnaise. I mean, this is amazing what we can do.
It's all very possible.
You better watch it, though. We might start doing this in her stream. Picking up the ideas.
So if someone with multiple personalities threatened to kill himself is considered a hostage situation, I don't know about that. BMT, that's a crazy question to ask. Although
that's really uncomfortable.
That also might be getting close to outbraining the brain. So
Feranic, I did picture you as one that would be doing the 1,000 battle range. I was surprised to hear you say 400.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, free to play, but play to enjoy the game, not play to rapid grind through.
Have you ever ground an event from start to finish without using any relics?
No, I've never seen the need to. It's always taken too much time, as far as I could work out. Just you sit down and you go, this is going to be like 12, 16 hours at least of my 2-day weekend. I was like, I ain't got time to do that.
Ain't nobody got time.
Ain't nobody.
But yeah,
got
I like
time
doing a lot more of the kind of the admin-y stuff around with the Titans. So I might use this Titan for a bit, use this one for the setup, spend some time forging relics and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I do my gameplay.
Well, did you get a Pigsy, Feranic?
Yeah, I've got a Pixie.
Oh yeah, of course you got a Pigsy. You're super free to play, but yeah, of course you got a Pigsy. With all these
I'm doing Conquest with different so
all these other people out there that either spend money or have spent a lot in the past or one way or another, and here comes along free to play Feranic, and look at that.
So yeah, how did you do that? So how often do you get a 4-star Titan in your free to play?
Depends where you're going. These days you can go up to War or Hammer and pick up one quite easily.
Okay, so you're doing the team top 50 grind as long as it's not a finisher event.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. I've done it for finishers ones as well, but just saving up. I think even now I've got 105k gems and probably like 5 tokens.
That's incredible.
Some events I did where I think I did Cronus and Hades both together, plus did it in a top 50 team, so I got another Cronus. They all just stack up with the event.
You need your free-to-play strategy video, bro. We need to have you teach a clinic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fun. There's been so many events over all the years that you just build them all up. but I do have an awful lot of Titans like Zalon that aren't maxed, they're all in their 50s. And then I'm not playing ridiculously competitive, so I'm playing Masters. So I'm not trying to get the latest thing all the time. Just stuff that's fun.
So, for instance, there's a lot of times that Feranic sees those relics at the very end of events and goes, I'll get it later, right?
Yeah, well, normally if I'm going far in an event, I will finish it or short. But that's why Zalon can always tell most of the time if this is a must-do event because I'll appear in one of the top 50 teams.
Yeah, right. Oh, there's Feranic. Well, must be a must-do.
Pretty much. The only thing I've not done that much on is the Horde stuff. I've never been one to follow the meta.
Yeah, that's right. Although you got Maiden stuff, though, right?
Oh, now? Yeah, I'm all over the Maiden meta now.
Oh, yeah,
Now
but
that we're in the Horde,
but Maiden meta's like a couple metas back now.
Did you have any Horde Titans, Feranic? Did you get any?
I've got Osiris. Who else do I have? I think I've got Anubis now as well. I think I've got Sobek and Ra on my other account. But I don't use my other account much anymore.
Gotcha.
That's got a lot of level 60 Titans now in the minis because I'm not storing up all the Titans. On my main account, I've got all my level 1 Titans are maxed. The tier 1s, all the tier 2s are almost maxed. Just for fun.
So, well, that's pretty cool, Feranic. I was going to say I've never done any of that. Myself, I only keep the 2 stars and 3 stars right now for just Pantheon until I finish. But, so we got a few questions here. We got... Brain wants to know, you know how to look at clouds and see shapes? Look, there's an elephant. Like there's an elephant, there's a clown. You ever look at poop and see their shapes there too? Not usually. Not usually.
I'll let you answer first, Zalon.
I mean, sometimes, but not really. Usually it's like very... I don't know.
Yeah, I must say, I think the brain is one of those people who actually keeps one of those poo diaries.
Right?
A poo log. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poo log. Now BMT comes up with, if blind people wear dark glasses, why don't deaf people wear earmuffs? It's pretty good. It's pretty
oh my goodness. Jim is outbraining Brain. Oh, he's definitely punch for punch right now.
Yeah, punch for punch. I mean, and then we got Tariel. What's going on, Tariel? If you can join Discord, that'd be great. BMT, why are there Braille buttons on drive-through ATMs?
Oh, that's for taxis. So the people in the back can use the Braille, but people driving as the taxi driver. That would be my answer for that one.
That's not bad, Feranic. That's not bad.
A highly informational stream we got here, Zalon.
Mm-hmm. Yar event says I did the Cobra event without any relics. That's sweet. That's sweet. That's some serious battling. Blind people can't read BMT, so think you're safe making blind jokes in chat. Be glad you're not doing this on Discord. Well, neither are you, Brain, so you gotta step it up. You gotta step it up, Brain? D says he does sound Scottish. Wait, what are you saying, D? Oh, you're talking about Feranic? I guess. Warhammer.
She just wants to go. She wants to go back on Septimapod. That's what she's redirecting in a roundabout way.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, maybe Septimapod will join us tonight. We'll see. We'll see what happens. How does Teflon stick to the pan? I don't know, Warhammer. How come in all the cartoons and movies Tarzan doesn't have a beard? That's true. He's not shaving. And D says she's not doing that. And D can't probably join Discord because D doesn't want to be too loud to wake up Drum. Because it's don't wake Drum.
Dude, that's a good throwback right there.
Right? Don't Wake Drum.
Did you ever play that game as a
And,
child?
and it's similar to no, but I remember it very much from all the commercials. But it's actually
Great commercial that
it's
none
actually
of us actually
it's
purchased.
it's actually very similar to the real life Drum in the bed, because since Drum is gigantic and huge, that half of his body still sticks up halfway through the, you know what I mean? Like, so when the dad would always just sit up in the game, his feet would be like halfway out of the bottom of the bed. It's like, why is this guy like abnormally large for his bed, you know? So anyway,
Gigantic dad.
you know,
Yeah.
so I mean that's why Drum would actually work pretty well for the game, because, you know, it most
But
likely
that's another option
he
for
is a
game
giant
show.
in his bed.
Yeah.
That's another option. Dee does her stream, and everyone has to try and make sure she laughs and giggles enough to wake up Drum.
Ooh.
It's a great idea.
That's a real good
Yeah.
idea. It's called the Don't Wake Drum stream.
And whoever gets Dee to laugh the loudest that wakes him up wins.
And then D loses instantly. I like this. I like this game. I think that game is a really good one. D, D, make sure to write that one down. So he's like, "Ooh, I'll write that down."
Well, we can't do the voice anymore because we heard the voice doesn't summon her. We got corrected by Drum.
Mm-hmm. Because Drum does his impressions of me and goes, "I'm Salon." Meh, meh, meh.
Meh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't upgrade my Titans, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I.
Just 4-star Titans. That was the one. Yeah.
So what's everyone's lowest troop level? I imagine ISU upgrade everything equal.
That would be no. I'm not one of those. I'm not of the go dance strategy.
I tried to, but it all changed in my mid-20s. But go on.
No, so my top troops at level 22, and then which is my horde, and then my lowest is I'm already 22. Yeah, I'm a lower castle. Yeah, but then my Grens are 18.
Still higher than my horde.
Yeah, your horde is still 14, Faranik.
Well, 16 to start.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
You're
Sorry,
level 4 or 5,
I'm
right?
sorry. I'm demoting your horde to lower than they're actually start at.
Free to play is actually less. Their horde drops down.
Yeah,
2 levels.
yeah. When you're free to play, they drop your horde an extra 2 levels.
Except in Conquest. Or Assault. Or my horde or 20.
When are they going to bring back Assault? Do we have any insight to this?
No.
It won't be until after the next update, at least. Now they're meant to be having a new game type as well.
There's a new event style coming out. Yeah.
Do you have any insight to that, Zalon? Did they give you any heads up?
No. I didn't even get to play it either, which would have been cool.
Very silent. Imagine the update will come out in the next month or so.
I imagine that the new update is actually going to be happening. If it doesn't start trickling next week, like next week it should start. I'm going to say the end of next week, they're going to start trickling the update out, and then everybody should have it the following week. That's what I believe.
Now, I do have some positive DOT praise.
Uh-oh.
I thought this last TOW was one of their best. Even though I did not get any good drops, I thought given the option of the Set and Reaver as those Relics of War was surprisingly generous for the devs. Because those are meta Titans.
Well, it was always going to be popular being Void Beamed. Although I think a lot of people have a lot of the stuff now. But the drops did seem very poor. But
Yeah, they were bleak drops, but the fact that you actually get a 4-star that was relevant, I thought for a lower castle would have been incredible. Or if you missed those events.
And TOW is quite cheap.
Oh yeah, TOW is quite cheap.
So cheap.
Faranik, you do it like me and spend usually like 1,000 gems, correct? Where you're just all you do is just hurry up the last hour or 2 of your silvers and your golds before you go to bed and wake up in the morning.
Actually, because it's exponential in terms of the cost. So if you're always just hurrying up the last bit, it costs you more than just doing a refresh straight after a refresh. So I normally spend about 4K or something if it's quite low, and I usually get at least 3 event relics. Although the last one I did, I think 30K, because I was trying to get enough stones to get Thor. Did I get Thor? Or no, I got Arca for the Pantheon.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And did you get Arca in the end?
Oh yeah, I got enough stones for it. So I'm quite happy to spend 30K for that, considering all the other relics and everything else I get.
I was surprised that the bronze were dropping so many of those relics of war. It actually made it seem like...
Yeah, your video, it showed quite a bit. I didn't get anything good.
It seemed that you could actually grind the bronzes and actually get a decent amount of relic of war drops.
You can do, but it's still quite expensive for straight refreshes. I don't know how much it is, but gold's just over 1,000, isn't it? Silver's just over 600 and something.
600, yeah.
Yeah, so bronze must be around that 400 mark, 300 or 400.
Well,
but if you get a 4-star Titan out of that, that's pretty impressive.
The way I look at it, though, is the next time around, I'm only 8 shy of the 30. I think I have 22 now, I think. Something like that. 20.
Okay, we're about the same. Yeah.
So I got like 22, 23, something like that. So I know I'm only like 7 or 8 short from the 30 mark, which means next time around, if the Titan at the 30 mark is one that I want, I'll do it. I'll also be in contention for possibly getting the 40 if I'm getting decent drops. So, and then
let's talk about this. Who would you pull the trigger on? Which Titan would you actually say, yep, that's one I want?
Thorg. But that's just because I've been trying to get Thorg for a long time. But besides from Thorg, I mean, that's why, I mean, Urukor was one, and that's why I was glad he came in this Conquest, because I need him. Not for the Pantheon, but for just general collecting.
But that's the thing, you'll never be able to level any of them. You get Titans in this game at so fast a rate, even without doing all the events, that you can never level them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. But like I said, these weren't for anything but...
just to have one.
Just to have one, yeah. Because like I said, I'm only 12 Titans short of having every Titan in the game.
But you do a full collection, don't you? I only collect the ones that are in Pantheon.
Well, yeah, I'm doing the Pantheon collection, but I'm seeing opportunities along the way of doing that, and just my general playing of the game that other Titans that I still need just to have are coming along, and I'm like, well, okay, well, it's basically costing me either nothing or just a little bit to get them, so I don't mind it.
But I suppose you just play the one account those long, don't you?
Oh yeah, I haven't played on my test account. I mean, just even to make videos for things in a long time. I mean, I do pop over there every once in a while just to keep the account fresh, but yeah, I don't end up going over there to do anything else.
So along with your test account, do they clear things out? I think Godan's referenced something about that before with his account. Do they change anything for you?
I'm sorry. Can you ask the question again? I saw something in the chat. What would you say?
No, you're good. Do they ever change your test account? Like, do they eliminate relics or change things, or does it stay static? Everything
stays exactly the same. It just stinks because I know that as soon as I use all my gems that are on there, that I'll probably never see anything else on there again. Same thing with my DGs. So I'm being stingy and not using them. I mean, I got 100k DGs on there and like 160 or 170k gems. But I just feel like I'll never get more on there ever again, so I just don't want to use them.
But there's no point pulling those until they drop those new Titans, really. Because everyone's seen all the relics. There's not much excitement of pulling 5-star relics on a test account. Unless you're just trying to show how often you'll get them from the 500 pool. You're probably just waiting until Oni and Huntress get replaced.
Probably.
I'd assume.
Probably.
Or those new 5 stars that are coming out.
Well, the new 5 stars,
But
yeah.
you
There's
use
that.
them.
There's that as well.
But yeah, I'm not playing with the other account pretty much anymore. Now sort of tailed off. I think I use it sometimes for Conquest now, and that's about it. So I've got over, I think, 150k gems on that.
That's incredible.
But you just don't, there's no need to use it.
So, Jake...
So you do a couple rounds just to get a better standing in the free gem pool? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I don't even use the other account really anymore. It's just the mini account. It used to be low, so I could hit it all the time for events using low titans. But so many people are doing PP these days that you don't really need it. So it's now sitting there with, I think it's got about maybe 10 titans that are all level 60 or 50 to 60. And about 150k gems on it. Not too many DGs because I still pull those. And I don't really pick those up.
It's a great account, man.
Yeah, and that's what they are. It's just a mini account, but over time you just pick up stuff. And if you're not spending it, it accumulates.
Zalon, you were about to say something a minute ago?
Well, I just beat 5, so that's good. We're going to collect that stuff.
Was 5 the new land? There was a new land they did that actually looked pretty good. Or the elephant one.
Wasn't the Grenadiers one new?
I can't remember.
I pay such little attention to the earlier lands because they're so...
I just auto them, yeah. But no, I was impressed with the landscapes of this this Conquest, even though I think it's probably the worst one yet.
Just in rewards.
It gets a horrible review from ICE, but it looks good. Looks good. Looks good.
The cinematography's solid. However, the substance was lacking.
So,
It depends on what you want from Conquest, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, there's no horde relics in there that are worth.
Coiled Serpent's nice. Coiled Serpent is nice. You can't deny that.
Yeah, I just said that's the only one worth going for.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things that you could throw in there that would be more appealing.
Right.
Like a Bass Sistrum or something like that.
Yeah, true. People were excited about getting the Bass Sistrum this last TOW. So Jacob says, I spent around 6,500 gems for TOW and pulled 6 event relics and 2 4-star relics. Wow. I only got one 2-star event relic, but the nice thing is the event relics matched the, what's it called? The event relics matched the ones from Wadjet that I didn't use. So...
The one you fell asleep on.
The one I fell asleep on, correct. So... No, Jacob, we don't have any info on the new 5-star relics yet. And Erica, you love my GOT and Expand streams. Are you planning one for Altered Carbon? It's not a bad idea. I did watch the first season of Altered Carbon, and I did like it. And season 2 of Altered Carbon is coming out. We'll see. I might do one for... We'll see about Altered Carbon. We'll see.
What you need to do is Mandalorian.
Well, Mandalorian, yes, I agree on Mandalorian, but I also think that I can do one on Ozark, because that's coming out in March.
Oh, I'm all in. Absolutely.
Ozark is coming out in March, and that's going to be something that I think a lot of people are going to be watching as well that is really, really good.
That's a great stream.
Yeah.
But is this Conquest actually a Void Conquest, though?
No.
Isn't it more fire?
It's Gren. It's Gren for sure. But I mean, the TOW normally sets the stage for what's coming.
True.
I thought, so I was expecting a bit more Void engagement.
There's been so much Void recently. There's been quite a lot of Void Titans, actually. I was quite surprised that they keep bringing more and more out.
And there's going to be another one next week. You know that too, right, Foranik?
Yeah, well, I think a lot's going to now be Void going forward, just mixed with difference. So Void with Goliath. We've had the Void with Panthers, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just the different type. Because Void is meta, everyone loves Horde.
Void and well, the nice thing is like Void with a ranged troop, because everyone sees Void as being the top melee troop. So having Void with either Panthers, Void with because that's a speed troop. Even though Horde is also really fast as well, having Void along with archers or maidens. I don't know, Void with grenadiers.
I think if Reaver's set up, if you had the 3 summoning Horde and 3 summoning archers, would be one of those that would be a game changer type Titan. I think that's going to be kind of their direction, is the 3 and 3 Omega troops.
I think you're right. I think that's why they went wrong. They made the purely single troop focused ones way stronger than the mixed troops. Whereas if they'd made the mixed troops ones equally strong to the purely one, then it would allow more gameplay because people could mix the relic, choose which one they focused on. But they've overpowered the whole troop Titans.
Like Eros should have had 3 Omega Archers and 3 Omega Goliaths. That would have been a great Titan, rather than kind of a Kronos light in some ways, or equal Kronos pretty much.
But I must say, there does seem to be more viable Titans at the moment than there was 6 months ago.
Yeah, Pigsy, again, I think wins the all-team ugly, but is really difficult to take on when he's on a garrison.
Yeah, I agree, though, on the fact that it seems like that there's more really good Titans, though, to choose from. And I think that's the one thing that the developers were really trying to do, because they really don't want one specific Titan to be super, super, super OP. I really don't think that's their intention. And a lot of times they've released Titans in the past that they didn't have any idea were going to impact the meta as much as they did. Because we've seen it plenty of times. Bast was one of those reasons that people were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how incredibly OP Bast is, you know? Did they mean to do it? So.
Yeah. I was going to say the Osiris was the other standout one, which came out the same way as Zeus came out for the Maidens. Became the standout one for Aegis. And Osiris was for the Horde and being the standout one for Horde.
Well, everybody said that Zeus was too OP for the game, too.
Zeus was, though, at the time. I mean, for a long time, he held the crown.
Yeah, exactly.
And now Osiris.
And Pigsy has taken over the defensive crown. Look at that. 14.
Yeah, it could be quite interesting how they do. There's so many things they could do to improve the defense stuff. I'd love to see the spell drops without any warnings on defense.
Oh, look at that. APOC just popped in. Just wanted to say hey, Zalon. Thank you, APOC. You're the man.
Wow.
I've jumped in. That is the leader of non-toxic coming in and giving us all the nod and the wave. So make sure you say what's up to APOC. He is most definitely takes a lot of time to.
We tip our hats to you, President APOC.
Most definitely, and it takes a lot of time
and your service.
Make sure the community is all well taken care of on all fronts. So we appreciate it.
So one thing I'd like to hear more of, a lot of the time, people seem to be on all the time, it's max players. But you're saying you're level 22 or something?
Yeah, I'm a 22. 22 castle. Yeah.
Are you in Legend League or are you playing in Masters? I saw you in...
I'm in Masters this week. I'm over with Legends. But yeah, no, I was in Legends for a long time. Legends Leagues, I was playing in Hammer. But after Progenitor, I kind of hung it up and said, it's just not worth the grind. I just didn't want to spend any more money, because to be able to keep up with the meta cost. I know that you're free to play and you've done it quite brilliantly. But to be able to build up a base of Titans that were viable, you were, spend it and, trying to grind. I just can't stand grinding VP at the moment up in the 2.5 mil to 3 mil category when you can't get land caps very easily in Legends anymore.
Especially as a lead player, you're hitting against so many max players that are just around all the time.
It's a dogfight regularly. So being a Masters is actually quite fun. I've been in Crusaders for a while, or since January. But now back at Masters. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to actually have a viable castle, rather than just getting pounced all the time. But once Bass came out, though, I mean, I could hang in Legends really well. There was no doubt about it. Once the Void meta hit, it changed everything. I think it equaled everything out in Legends.
Yeah, because even Champions has got an awful lot of level 25 players.
So many. There's so many 25 players. Yeah.
Just in the lower levels. I'd say Battlestar Galactica for the brain.
No, I say Expanse. Expanse is more realistic. Expanse is more.
Battlestar.
Wait, well, yeah, it just depends. But I mean, I really did like new Battlestar Galactica. Don't get me wrong. It was good for its time. The old one. Definitely good for its time, but I have to say, the Expanse for right now is like.
What was the question?
Is cutting edge. Cutting edge. What's better, Battlestar Galactica or the Expanse?
No, yeah, you won with your Expanse poll, man. The NASA scientists all say that's the most accurate for space.
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Extinction's picking on you, Ice.
Oh, Extinction. Thanks, buddy, for the love.
Just saying, 3 mil.
So full.
Can be done easy without any capping.
Oh, thanks, Extinction. I forgot I actually have a life outside of this mobile game. Silly me.
Oh, very nice. Well, APOC, oh man, I don't have you as a wrench on my stream. Because you can post, I should,
Bit of an oversight there, Zalon.
Yeah, a bit of an
Make sure the chat's extra NTG, bro. Extra non-toxic.
Yeah, well, no. Of course, I'm always monitoring the chat, but, oh, crap. I can't make him a mod right now, but he just mentioned, he says James, who is another integral member of Non-Toxic's corporate team. James was interviewed on the main Twitch channel for DreamHack. DreamHack is one of the main promoters and event organizers for the like gaming type conventions, and so for DreamHack Live about an hour ago, and did an amazing job. I'll post the interview today. I'm assuming on the Non-Toxic channel. Also, the donation link is up if anyone wants to give. That's awesome. I didn't. What was I wanted? Donation link for DreamHack. Oh. And none of us received any compensation, and it goes 100% to education and awareness. Okay, yeah. Okay. So that's going to the NTG education program. Sorry, I always refer to NTG corporate APOC as leadership members in NTG that are... See, people here on the live stream, they see NTG leaders, and there is a lot of them in Dawn of Titans, and I have to stipulate who I'm really referring to. So, yeah, I just use that as just a clarification word, but yeah, I know NTG is a nonprofit C3 nonprofit organization, C3, not corporate. Yeah. So I just use that as a way of clarifying who I'm referring to, because if I just said that, that James was a leader in NTG, people will be like, "Oh, what alliance is he in? Is he? Do I know him? You know what I mean?" And not at all. But James does play other games in NTG, so it's nice.
So for Zalon, for NTG, the corporation, I would guess, is Dawn of Titans probably the most engaged with?
It is one of
game for NTG?
I would have to say at this point, it is the largest NTG community in the mobile realm that I know of. That's what I would say.
What would be second or third?
Probably. I don't. I would. I'm trying to think here, because between.
Smurfs. Just
No,
kidding.
not Smurfs. Not with Soldier in the Smurf Village. Clash Royale team's still pretty small, but Apoc's wife still plays that, and runs that. You also got Chatmaster, and he's playing a couple different MOBAs, but I know he wants to get into League of Legends MOBA when it goes out, because I know that NTG wants to have a competitive team. COD, NTG's got a team there too, but I don't think they're super competitive, and I don't know how large they are. They might only be 12 players. I don't know. Second now is my.
Do they have an official?
See, APOC says second now is my Modern Warfare community. There you go. APOC's got the
Modern Warfare.
Yeah, APOC's playing Modern Warfare over on PC. So I know he's definitely trying to cultivate that, because APOC's main games that he plays are first-person shooters. Well, or team-based shooters, either way, but they're first-person shooter oriented.
So is there a raid one?
Raid
I know there's an NTG.
yeah, there is an NTG Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, there is.
Official one? Or
yeah, it's official, run by Luxley. Yeah, he definitely runs the NTG team there, and they are active actually on Discord more than banned. So.
Well, I know because I'm in it.
Oh, you play Raid?
Yeah. No,
Tell
I
us
have
about the drama. Tell us about the drama that's going on. Drum was trying to describe it. What's taking place?
It hasn't really come up that much in a lot of it, because most of Raid is very individual. So Drum was all talking about them just giving out the must-have new champion to someone because they threw a fit on YouTube. And he had a lot of streamers. That's what Drum was saying. And then that got everyone upset because they've spent so much money trying to pull that character. So it'd be like someone just giving out, I don't know, Osiris or someone to DeLong because he was grumpy and he didn't get one after he did 3 pulls or something.
Yeah, and you watched it get put on my account live. So that's the other thing too, was the big kicker, was apparently he was playing and then switched to a different game after he threw his hissy fit, and then when he switched back to his original game and said, "Oh, let's log back in here," and when he logged back in, there was like a message that popped up that said, "Hell, here's this free gift from the developers." And yeah, people were not happy.
I must say they are very good Raid for compensation. So, like, if the game has got a fault or anything like that, it's downtime for any reason, it'll be like, oh, here's a few things, here's some, in DOT it'd probably be the equivalent of, here's 5 DGs, here's 100 Portal Stones, and a couple of 2-star Titans or something. Just whenever that happens, it just gets pushed out to everybody. So you generally have a lot of energy, is what they have in Raid.
Oh, interesting.
Use, so you can just keep playing. But the only thing...
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing that's actually team-based is attacks on the clan boss, where you attack individually and you have to knock down its health as a team. And then if you manage to wipe it out, you get better reward, and there's different levels.
Gotcha.
Apart from that, it's just play as you like, which is pretty cool. And they have a lot of events on.
Yeah. APOC is asking, do we have any Raid content creators? No. Oh, well, kind of. Luxley does have his own YouTube channel, who's the leader of the Raid team, and I have seen him make a few live streams / videos, but it's not that regular. Yeah. So, I mean, I can see about getting his channel for you.
Just
Yeah,
got a four-star whetstone.
Did you?
Nice.
Remember those, Lon? Remember those?
Yeah, I only have 2. And I barely got that second one.
Salon had like a 2 streak on those.
I know he had the longest streak out of everybody.
Yeah, the longest, and it was horrible.
Horrible.
It was really bad.
But no, it's quite good. But community-based games require a lot of attention and involvement most of the time. So I don't know how you could play more than 1 or 2 of them. The good thing about Raid is it's play at your own pace. The same way with the other game I'm playing, which I think is Equilibrium, which is just like a mobile version of.
I remember Equilibrium. Yeah. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game, actually.
It's kind of like a D&D themed, like Baldur's Gate almost style, but all more cartoony. You go around with a small party and collect loot and stuff, complete missions. But again, it's purely individual, that one. There's no alliances.
Alright. Here.
Are you playing any other games along?
I can answer the question in just a second. I'm just doing something for APOC real quick.
Zalon's typing away, my friend. So, Feranic, how's the weather in the old New Zealand?
Pouring rain at the moment.
Oof.
Weird. It was sunny earlier.
Is this coming into your winter, or are you coming out? What season
Summer.
are you at? Oh, you're
Summer.
still in summer. Okay.
So we had a few days back, we had about 32 degrees Celsius. We don't deal in Fahrenheit. So.
Oh, I know. How I wish we were Celsius, and how I wish we were metric. Those are the two that actually matter.
But yeah, so it was down around, I think it was 20s today. So not too bad.
It's pretty warm, right?
Storms and it's raining. Yeah, 20 is, what's the usual way? Multiply by 9, divide by 5, plus 32.
Well done, you.
Yeah, I think that's the way around it.
Yo, but
so what would be 180, roughly there. So about 70 or something Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's
right. So decent.
Ablong90 says 32 is pretty all right. Try the close to 50 degrees days in Melbs the last few summers.
Melbs.
Nah. As they say in New Zealand, yeah, nah.
You were pretty good at that, Frantic. It's 68 degrees. It's 20 Celsius. Well done.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. So it's not too bad. I think you guys just like the Fahrenheit, so you can talk more extreme weather. When it gets really cold, it's minus like 20 something, or it's really hot, it's like 90.
It's like 100, yeah.
Yeah, it's just more extreme.
It's more extreme. We create more panic that way, right? Is that what it is?
Very true.
Maybe it was more about the news ratings. So BMT says Zalana's taking up space in COD Clan. He's like a bookend. Well, I didn't even think I joined a clan. BMT. I didn't even know that was something that happened. I know I got maybe an invite, but we'll see. We'll see, BMT.
Yeah, you're playing that one with Val and Jim, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I play COD every once in a while. It's fun because I can play the game 100% for free because you don't have to pay anything in the game if you don't want to. So it's fun, you know. And then the other games I play free to play would be
Trailer Park Boys?
well, no, I don't play Trailer Park Boys for free. I throw $10 into Trailer Park Boys every once in a while. So that's like a $20 a month game. Sometimes 30, depending on how good the events are. Sometimes 10. But for the most part, it's always at least a minimum of $10 a month that I'm putting into that game because there's always at least one event out of four that's good. But it doesn't cost a lot to throw down on that game and have fun. Um, but still,
It'll cost more than to play.
way more than Dawn of Titans. Well, I shouldn't say that because my spending habits in Dawn of Titans have also gone way down. I've been able to keep my gem count afloat and investing only on Titans that are really something I'm gonna go for, and I know I don't have time for. So, for instance, like next weekend for the Void Tour, I already have a whole bunch of 3-star and 2-star relics to start. It's gonna be real nice. So
how much are you spending on average a month now, Dylan?
I don't know, probably like I don't know. The last couple months is probably like my spending for 2020 is probably like under $100. Maybe.
And you've gotten pretty much all the Titans, right? Other than Wajette.
Yeah, except for Wajette and Broomhilda, but that was at the end of last year.
Old Brummy-Hild.
So, hey Tiger, Erica says my friend is trying to get me to play Arc Knights. Anyone know if it's worth trying? I don't think I've heard of that.
I don't know what it is either.
Brain says
there's a lot of bad around.
Oh, really? Brain says it's popular, but I don't like it. Dropping a stun gun down your pants. Oh, really? It's that bad, Brain?
What descriptor?
Enjoys that.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. So I saw something. I saw a game. Well, actually, I did start just because I had a little bit more free time recently. I picked up Diggy's Adventure again for a little while, just because I put a lot of time into it a few years back, and I just wanted to see what they're doing and what they're up to nowadays. And guess what? Out of all the other different things that they have that pop up or that they offer to pay that you can pay for in the game, guess what they have in that game now? They have, when you're playing an event, like the newest events that come out in that game, they have the ability. They have a milestone reward chain, and there's a top chain and a bottom chain. And guess what? To get the rewards on the bottom chain, you gotta pay $14.99. To get all the rewards on the top chain, you just play the game. That's totally fine. But if you want all those bottom rewards, you gotta pay that fee. So it's a trending thing in a lot of games now that we're seeing. Where they have the two reward chains, and if you want the better one, you'll pay for it. If you don't, you still can play the event. It just means you won't get as good of rewards. That's all.
What game's that?
That's Diggy's Adventure. It's been out.
I was going to say, League's got that at the moment. They just introduced a new battle pass that you can get rewards for doing it, but if you buy the battle pass, you get extra rewards, and you're able to collect weekly rewards as well.
Yeah. Well, what's it called? Second Galaxy does that, and so does, of course, COD does that. It's a very popular system that's been set up by none other than our wonderful Fortnite. Fortnite was one of the first few games that I remember offering the pass system a few years back. And that has become extremely popular. I think it also was in Modern Warfare too. This whole pass system where you pay as more or less like a subscription base, and as we all know, in the last 10 to 15 years, that subscription based items are more valuable than just selling you one time. You know.
Well, I think that's better than the old systems where you used to be able to do free to play, but you could only play the demo or the first couple of levels, and then you had to pay. At least this way you can free to play the whole thing, but you just don't get anywhere near as much stuff.
Yeah, so you
It's a lot harder.
like that idea, that system, because it seems to be being used more and more and more and more everywhere I look.
Yeah, as long as you can still play free,
Yeah,
that's fine. But if you want to be competitive, you're going to have to pay. But you can't be free and competitive unless you've got a ridiculous amount of time.
correct.
And you probably can't be in those ones.
Or you're that wonderful beta player.
Yep.
Brain says I prefer using, or Seth Ross says I prefer using live lobsters over stun guns.
Live lobsters coming at you.
Be a bit nippy, wouldn't it?
Wait, what'd you say, Frantic?
It'd be a bit nippy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe he likes the cold.
Yeah, right. Season passes reign supreme these days. They do. What's going on, great old ones? Hey, everyone. How are we all beautiful people doing today? We're doing good.
Doing well. Conquest.
I'll be back in about 5-10 minutes.
All right.
All right, pal.
Yeah, you got to go water the plants in the garden?
No, it's raining.
Yeah.
I've got to go.
The garden.
Oh, okay.
So how was your stay with Princess Z, Zalon? Did you guys have a good time last weekend?
Good. It was good. We built the box fort. It's still behind me, actually. The box fort.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, box fort's going to probably be here all year because I don't really use that room, and I want my daughter to actually have a good time in it because I'll tell you, it took us a majority of the Sunday, which was the last day she was staying with me, to make it. So we only got to hang out for a little bit.
Is it in the living room, or do you have it in?
It's in the.
cemetery?
Well, I guess it would be considered the dining room, but I never use it as a dining room. It's just
So you eat it at night. Little box fort with Zalon and DOT.
Yeah, right. It's where I'm live streaming from right now. Live streaming straight from the box fort.
From the box fort.
Yeah, this tin cup is really nice.
You enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it thoroughly. It's definitely.
I've had it in a mixed drink before. I've never had it neat.
Oh yeah, well this is just straight up.
You drinking it out of that tin cup?
Oh yeah, definitely pouring it right into the tin cup and just taking my swigs, just like the miners.
Nice.
Just like the miners.
So talk about Mandalorian, man. Think.
Oh, we can't talk. Well, I finished it. Finished the first season.
Oh, you
of course.
did?
Of course, I finished the first season. But see, the thing is, Ice, we can't talk about it like that unless we specifically make sure we,
Okay.
blow
You
it
gotta
up.
advertise your stream.
Gotta advertise it.
You gotta advertise, set a specified time.
Yeah, and then just so that everyone that comes there knows what they're getting into, because otherwise people are just gonna blindly come into it and just be like, salon.
You cannot handle that bad press.
Yeah, exactly,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Did you see Parasite yet?
No. But I do have to say, the one thing I have been getting excited about has been the fact that it's most likely going to happen in December of this year. Is that I'll be going to Disney with Princess Z. And,
Disney World or Land?
Disney World, because I'm on the East Coast.
Awesome.
So,
I heard I heard the new Star Wars over there is incredible.
yeah, the Star. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, a bit today actually, about all the stuff about Galaxy's Edge in Orlando, Florida, and kind of getting an idea of what it's like, I guess, because I really don't want to go down there and just be like, oh yeah, the most common thing said at the end of a vacation is, oh, so next time we will blank, 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 blank. Because
next time doesn't happen.
Either next time doesn't happen or it doesn't happen for years. But one of the most commonly said things at the end of vacations is, "Oh, next time we'll do," because you screwed up and something that you could have possibly found out about before you left for the trip. Obviously, either cost you time, money, or everybody's happiness. You know. So
that'll be in December, you said?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it will be. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, yeah.
Have you ever been before?
Yes. Back in high school, I marched in the Magic Kingdom parade. So, because I played alto saxophone in the high school band. So that was awesome. Because remember, my mom was a music teacher. So everybody had to play an instrument. Super excited this Conquest will max out my Osiris and his relics, then on to Pigsy. Nice. Yes. Also, so at this point in the game, is Urukar just a collector's item? Yes, most definitely. He is not a Titan. You can read all of Urukar's skills. They're all one-liners. You know, does that tell you something right there? Right, Ice? They might not be able to hear me. I think my Discord might have crapped out on me. How about now? Can you hear me now? Maybe. Can you hear me? Maybe not. I heard that you can buy Star Wars outfits, but you can't wear them in the park. Yes, that is true, your events. They don't want you to wear anything that is, like, similar to what all the characters wear. So Pixie is a good defender, right? But with the fix on the Axis of War, doesn't Osiris just crap all over him? Extinction says no. Did we lose you, Ice? Can you hear me still in Discord or no? Because Frantic's muted. Huh. Osiris is yet to beat my Pigsy. So Extinction says his Pigsy's solid. So the quality of a Titan is determined by the legibility of his skills? Kinda, Brain. Kinda. At this point. If you can read his skills, he ain't no good. No. Right? I'd like to know that relic setup as well, Extinction. Oh, we still want the 6th skill. We still want it, Brain. Right, DOT community? Everybody in the chat right now. Would you like to see the 6th skill in 2020? Because I would. 6th skill in 2020. 2 troops in 2020. New spell in 2020. I want to see... I want to see what's it called? I want to see Lucky Charms in March. Make it happen, DOT community. You gotta spit when you say it though. 6th skill. 6th. 6th. Like what? Saying suffer and succotash. That makes sense. Could see a guest dressed like a character causing trouble for the company. If you think about it, people would record it, and they would think that they're somebody sponsored by Disney, and they're not. So it's hard to tell. Apparently, people still wear stuff that's similar to certain outfits of characters. So, I hear the Han Solo is pretty popular. Because the clothes that he wears, at least in A New Hope, it's pretty basic, so you can get away with it. But I would like to. I'm thinking about, like, some of the videos that I'm watching are specifically about getting an idea about how much everything is really going to cost. I know it's going to be expensive. I know that. But just to go into Galaxy's Edge alone for maybe one day, or split it like maybe a half day of 2 different days stopping in there, just to make it so maybe different opportunities might be available. And because they say a lot of times a lot of stuff happens, you can be able to get in and do a lot of things really early in the day in comparison to the rest of the day. So it might happen like that 2 early mornings going into Galaxy's Edge. But we'll see, because I do want to see a lot of the other Star Wars stuff, or see a lot of the other stuff that's there as well, because my daughter is only 7. She's going to want to see all the princesses still, which is totally fine with me, because I wanted to experience all the stuff that Disney has to offer. But I cannot say that while I'm there, I am not going to want to go to Galaxy's Edge and check it out, because being a longtime Star Wars fan, and being that none of that existed down there when I first went down, I would like to experience some of that. Because for me, I mean, there's only like 2 rides there, at least in that section of the park. So it's not, to me, all about getting on the rides as it is experiencing everything, getting some food, picking up a few memorabilia type items, and enjoying my time with my daughter. So I have started to watch some Star Wars type things with her. Not like the movies as much as some of the Star Wars cartoons that they have, because they're pretty good for kids. Her age, at least, Oh, I have no desire to watch The Mandalorian or The Witcher. Man, brain. Brain, you need to watch The Pharmacist on Netflix. It's a great documentary. If you didn't get a chance to watch it yet, you need to check out The Pharmacist on Netflix.
I'm with the brain there. I've not seen The Witcher or Mandalorian or Expanse.
But do you want to, Ferranic? Because he says he has no desire to watch them.
At some point I will. I've played the Witcher games 1, 2, and 3, so...
Oh, man, you should be like... You're one of the people that they count on to watch. Because they look at it like, oh, all the people that play the video games are all going to be, like, solid watchers,
Yeah, I was one of the ones who cottoned on to it going, oh, what's this new game that came out? Oh, it's from a small company in Poland and stuff, and then started getting into it when it wasn't popular. The same way when I got into Kingdoms of Amalur, which wasn't popular at all, and then became popular. It's one of the most underrated, I think, PC games in the last few decades. So yeah, just when you get into those random little things. But no, it's not on any of the subscriptions I've got.
Well, what are the subscription services that are available in New Zealand?
Well, I could probably get Disney, which would have The Mandalorian and stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Disney's available in New Zealand.
Yeah, I've got Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And stuff.
And you have Netflix as well in New Zealand?
Yeah, you can get Netflix. think you can get pretty much all of them.
Yeah. Okay. I just didn't know. I didn't know if they were all offered, or if there was even another streaming service that is more popular in that side of the world that actually has taken territory.
It used to be Sky, but Sky sort of dropped off a bit because of all these streaming services.
Well,
like I can watch Man in High Castle, which I know you talked about because that's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
As a start.
Man in the High Castle is really good.
I think the only thing so far I've watched on Amazon Prime is Picard.
Oh, you actually, and the brain needs to watch this as well, and that is The Boys, TheBoWYS. Sorry, The Boys. The Boys on Amazon is like perfect. It is absolutely ridiculous because it's all about superheroes that abuse their powers, and the people.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it's The Boys is really, really good, and it's coming back for another season. I'd highly recommend it for the brain, because he would love it. Because there's a lot of, like rude, gruesome, nasty stuff. When it comes down to just, superheroes that are supposed to be doing the right thing, just not caring, and acting like kind of conceited idiots. Power, but yeah. So
I think I've seen a commercial.
It's really good. I mean, it's definitely a complete 360 from what a typical superhero type show or movie would be like. So highly recommend.
I suppose I just don't watch that much telly. I probably watch more YouTube streams and YouTube videos and things like that than I do TV. Especially some of the longer ones. I've been looking into things to do with board games and stuff like that. Tabletop games.
Nice.
It's pretty fun. There's a new one I watched on Dice Breakers, which are pretty cool. And a lot of it's about they live stream. I think they had Outside Extra did one where they're live streaming kind of D&D.
I know which one you're talking about when you're talking about that. That they're actually a really big group that does. What I mean by that is it's like a group of like, I don't know, like 4 or 6 different people that are actually like playing, and then there's one game master, and they like record it in like a studio more or less at this point.
Yeah, they sometimes live stream them at conventions. Or they sometimes do them down the pub, or sometimes in a studio.
I've seen that. And they're really big in the D&D community. And yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's fun to watch. It's basically a TV show, essentially.
Yeah. I what is it called though? Is it called?
Well, it's based on sort of Dungeons and Dragons.
I know that. I'm just trying to think. Gosh. Critical Role? I think that's the name of the...
Critical Role is a big one in America.
Yeah.
That's quite slow-paced, though. They seem to have bits every time. They're just slowly going on, whereas some of the other ones I watch are more like hour-longs or 2-hour-long, where they've done the session and it wraps up within like 3 sessions.
Okay.
So you can get through. I think Critical Roles just goes on season after season after season. But there's loads out there. It's becoming very big in the community. More and more people who used to be dubbed sort of geeks are becoming more and more popular.
What's up, Daniel-san? No, next week's not. Next week is not going to be Baba Yaga. It's going to be the Void Tour. They said that Baba Yaga wasn't coming till March. So
that's going to be weeks till that.
Yeah, so relax on that. I think they're going to start rolling out the update at the end of next week. I honestly think so, but that does not mean that the whole community won't have it until the following week, which means the following week after that is probably going to be Baba Yaga. So 3 weeks from now is like mid-March. So that's most likely what you're looking at.
I think you're optimistic. I think it'll be a couple more weeks after that.
Well,
You always come across those.
3 weeks from now is mid March.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be closer to end of March, possibly.
All right.
Depends on how quickly that update comes out. They already said it's going to be a couple of weeks after the update comes out. So, like you said, if it comes out next week, then I suppose it could be.
Well, again, like I said,
No,
they will say on the live stream that they're going to start trickling it out at the end of the week or at the beginning of the following week, and it's going to take all week for everybody to get the update.
they'll say it'll be happening soon.
Yeah,
Soon is a great word.
soon. Your event says it's hard to believe something I used to get picked on in school for playing is now mainstream. Well, D&D, it's definitely become more mainstream, but also at the same time too, I think it's also because in the last 10 to 15 years, being smart isn't such a bad thing as much as it might have been picked on before. I guess it's the mentality of the people that used to pick on people that were smart 30 and 40 years ago realized that they just lived an entirely crappy life after they, being somebody that didn't get such a great job as somebody that was super smart that they picked on. So, I don't know. I think that mentality is a little bit shifted over the years because the people that are, changing the world, I did the air quotes there, that are actually doing a whole bunch of things to try to make our world better, or at least try to make it more livable and comfortable, are all people that were hardcore picked on. So, not typically many bullies are the ones that are running a lot of those projects. So,
Just generally older as well. You look at how gaming is pretty mainstream.
it's true.
Compared to what it used to be.
Yeah, it's also
all the people who used to play games when they're 10, 11, 12, in their teens, are now in their 30s, 40s, still playing games, but also in places of power and stuff.
Correct. Very true, because at the same time, people that used to play any types of video games or anything like that, arcade style at least, still, they were seen as outcasts when they were back in the 80s and 90s, but now, as you can see, they're more looked at and revered as heroes. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Because back then they were considered. Back then they were like, if you think about it, the way people referred to news. Back then they were like in the third or fourth page into the newspaper. Now it's more front page articles when people are doing big things in gaming industries. So it's definitely changed up. What's up, Churro? Brain says Stranger Things Season 4 trailer dropped recently. That's true. Oh, there's Thorg. Look. I want to grab that Thorg. Need that. Yeah, Stranger Things Season 4 is definitely going to be good. That might be a show that I would do a stream about as well. Stranger Things is definitely something that I know the DOT community would definitely enjoy.
Another one I've not seen.
Well, it's just because it depicts the 80s, and it depicts the 80s in the U.S. So that is, again, something that may not be as relatable worldwide as, something like Game of Thrones, which is not time-based in any specific spot in the world. It's just a great story, Oh, look at that drop. A 3-star Madria, a 3-star Hero Soul, and a Warp Stone. It's not bad.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a 3-star Titan, it's sweet from a battle drop.
Yeah, it is. So Churro, it is Happy Friday. Anybody that joined the chat recently, of course, how far do you plan on going in Conquest? Because I'd like to know.
Saturday for some.
Yeah, that's right. Saturday for some.
It's 5:30 p.m. Saturday here.
It's true. Brain says...
But yeah, I'm not going to anywhere in particular
No.
myself.
Brain says put it on your calendars, Alon. Every third Friday, do a TV DOT stream. Do a poll to see which one to discuss. That's not a bad idea, Brain. That's not a bad idea, Brain. But you also, Brain, should do the same thing, though. But maybe on, things that you, shows and TV shows that you like as well. I don't know. I just think that Brain needs something else. I know he's been trying other games recently. I know that. I didn't watch any of those videos specifically, but I saw that.
Has he not got a new controller yet to get back to Mario? Or is he giving that up now?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. Because Churro says I want Raw, and that's good, Churro, because this is the event to grab it. Conquest is way easier than any kind of milestone event. But Brain says I want tacos, and Extinction says I want a hamburger. Churro says tacos are better than Raw. I currently had a taco pizza. Your events, you're winning right there. Taco pizza is the best.
Is this some sort of rock, paper, scissors with taco, hamburger, and pizza?
Right.
Beaten by the ultimate taco pizza.
Yes.
Rock, paper, scissors, shotgun.
Well, rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock for Rannick.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say lizard Spock was the other one, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, if only I could have Sheldon explaining the how they all work. Which one takes which one, because he rattles it off so good in the show. It's so good. It's so funny.
Haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, I know, right? I actually never watched the end of it, the last few seasons, so I wouldn't mind eventually watching the completion of the show, because I did enjoy Big Bang Theory. I thought they did something really good.
Yeah, I think I watched some full seasons and then dipped in and out on other ones.
Yeah, agreed. Churro's asking Zalon, you streaming for a while. I am going to take these stones that I have right now down to 0, and then whatever warp stones I have, I will use them, and then we'll wrap up the stream. That's my current game plan. So that's probably like another half hour or so.
Did you buy any portal stones at the event before?
No, because I knew I was gonna be able to generate stones the entire time. I find that to be, more affordable.
It depends how often you play, though. If you're going to go through several hundred battles on the first day of Conquest, then even though you're missing out on some generational stones, it's a lot more worth it. But if you're just going to use your 30, then go off, do something else, come back, use your 30, come back, then yeah, there's no point at all.
Right.
And there's not that much saving. They really should make it like 50% or at least 33%. 25 is just not really enough.
Yeah, Churro, Ice was on a little bit earlier, then he popped off. So. But I got 63 stones. That's a decent amount of battles. Let me just check on my troops. Oh, yeah, I gotta make some more militia.
You collecting the ones from as you go through?
What?
The milestone rewards and just using up those portal stones? Or you just purchased a bulk?
I'm using the ones from the milestones. Plus, I had the 100 I'm using right now is from last weekend. I saved 100 from last weekend for Conquest.
That makes sense. It's always a good thing to save up for Conquest.
I always save whatever the largest amount of stones from the previous weekend's events. If I can save it for Conquest, I will.
It's also really good if you still have any of your campaigns left to do. Hopefully everyone's saved up this week's campaigns and then they can just do them for. I think those ones are still 1 portal stone each, aren't they, per battle?
They all, are you referring to the trials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the campaign works that way. It was 1 portal stone, and you still got guaranteed 3 drops. I'm not sure if the trials work the same way. I assume they do.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
I'm pretty certain they do.
Everyone should have saved those until Conquest starts, and then just
I didn't think
smashing through
about
those.
that. I didn't think about that. But that's a good point.
Zalon, I apologize for bailing on you mid-sentence, man. I had a kid scenario take place,
Did you?
which takes priority.
Oh, because Churro just came on and he said he'll be back. He said he hopes that you make it back on. So
Churro, thank you.
See?
Thank you, Churro.
Your fan club, Ice. Your fan club.
Oh man, I have a few of the troll community that loves hanging out together.
Right?
Yubi's got it, man. On the main chat thread, we've been exchanging Drake scales and Van Brace builds. It's been great.
Jesus.
We have a full defensive Gren build we're working on for Raw right now. It's going to be Prometheo-esque.
Have they got those working resists against the spells yet?
Oh, I have no idea. We just love trolling the terrible relics that no one uses.
Yeah. There's quite a few of them now.
We celebrate whenever we get the 4-star Drake scale or Van Brace drop on Conquest. I think I got 2 Drake scales and a Van Brace last Conquest.
Nice.
Absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Where they resist ice. Or
Yes. Absolutely. All ice resist builds.
So I get trashed regardless of what hits it.
It's great. I love that they have the Unok trials right now. It's like, oh man, definitely need that 4-star economy relic for my Grens.
Right? Isn't that exactly what you need? Pisces Shark says
who wouldn't?
he bought 2,000 portal stones, so I saved 3k gems, and I'm about 3/4 through them. Got like 690 left. Nice. Careful on plinth 7. A corrupted spearman troop got stuck on the right of the map. Okay.
Oh, tricky.
That's a good bit, though.
Tricky spearman. I'm quite impressed with Pisces' degree of gameplay.
I know, right? I've been very impressed as
He's been
well.
highly engaged.
Highly engaged. To come back to the game and be as excited as he is for all the different Titans and events and everything that's been coming out. He's been extremely positive, even though some of his comments may seem to come across negative. He is incredibly positive in his gameplay. So
they're done with tremendous sincerity.
It's very refreshing. It's very refreshing to see someone such as Pisces who left the game and came back to seeing them enjoy the game as much as he is. Because there's no.
I was hoping for the same with Bot Dylan, but it's not materialized as we hoped.
I mean he's messaged a bunch of, recently in all the bands within the last few days actually. But I don't know. I think
he's like the Yeti. He's the one that we hope, the Bigfoot that everybody has to prove film of. But one day we will hear the voice emerge from the shadows yet again on a live stream hosted by Zaman.
You think so?
The weird thing is, from my gameplay point of view, Dylan is very recent in terms of it. So it's quite strange to hear him talking about all in previous times and then coming back into the game. And I was like, he was only here not that long ago.
It's Dylan, man. It's great. It's all a mystery. He speaks in riddles and rhymes. A legend.
I have to put some firewood on.
True legend.
I have to put some firewood on, so keep talking.
Has anyone heard from our friend Vintage? I know that he's been working quite heavily, but I haven't heard any rumblings as of late. Is he in any leagues?
I thought he was on a live stream last week or the week before.
Oh, was he? Zalon?
Yeah, he was.
He's not playing much, I don't think, but I think he's still playing a little bit. Just busy. And waiting to see how things change.
Waiting for the meta shift with defensive adjustments.
Any defense. I think. Although I would be super impressed if they managed to come up with. I think someone mentioned a live stream ago, 2 live streams ago, with the option of having an extra relic on your castle.
That was actually a great idea someone threw out there, and they actually seemed to absorb it, which was really positive.
You could have one that just boosts all troops, or you could make it interesting and have ones that boost different types of troops.
That'd be great.
So if your Titan another relic slot for when they're on defense.
Yeah, I wonder what would we think? So the way I heard it framed, it would be like an economy relic is to a barracks. They'd have one for a garrison. So Frantic, if you were to design this relic for the garrison, what would be your suggestions?
It would be simple stuff. It might be a case of you could have some resists on there, and you could have damage. You probably wouldn't bother with crit or that sort of stuff. But if you had, you could even go the Eros way and start having relics that will automatically drop 6 shields on your troops.
Oh, that would be awesome. Like an auto generation of shields.
Yeah. An auto shield on a random number of troops.
Great idea.
So there's many directions you could go with it.
So you'd have a spell relic. I think obviously the health relic would be sought after. Armor seems to be a little irrelevant at the moment, but could.
And you could have elemental resist one or a melee resist one. So you could have a number of relics either for individual troops, but I think that would create too many relics, or you could have them that just applies to all troops, but so many different versions, like a damage.
Yeah, I think an all troop would be what I would hope for.
And it doesn't seem good. It's something that gives a boost towards the defense.
Yeah, that would be a game changer for sure.
Yeah. I don't know how easy or difficult it would be, but it would be a lot easier doing that, applying it to a garrison, than it would be applying it to, when you go to station a troop, it has an extra relic slot or something that opens and you can drop something in. It would be easier if you applied it to the garrison.
Yeah.
But then you could do different builds. You might have one and they might be like the orbs, where there's 2 resists and a health slot, or 2 resists and a shield slot, or a rage.
And I think that could solve. I think that the 2 things that need to get, number 1 thing needs to get fixed. I would suggest not being able to drop an Omega troop on a ranged troop would be my hope. The likelihood is very slim. I know they've talked about some Titan being able to have a ring around it. I know that was the rumor that people were throwing around. But I think that would definitely shift the ranged gameplay in a positive direction.
Just do it. They could either split the screen in half, or they could block off the spawn points, or they could just allow you only to drop troops within your initial starting square or starting triangle.
I think that would make the most sense. Honestly, it would shift the game.
Yeah. As long as you can
so what do you mean by split the screen in half? Would that be just the relegated, one half of the screen you could drop it on?
Yeah, when you're attacking a garrison and stuff like that.
Okay.
They'll start on one side, they'll start on the other side generally. So you can only drop it one half of the screen and not on the other half. So maybe you have to wait until they walk past a certain point to then be able to drop on them or behind them or some sort of way. And similar
I wonder with the coding, I bet the summoners are set up like spells. So there's probably a similar coding they share to that. So there have to be a change. Now you can drop spells most likely.
But you could just do that. But you need to block dropping spells on spawn points anyway. So just make all spawn points that you can't drop anything on. They have it for one of them. I think one of the levels you can't drop spells at the spawn point because it's got that big sort of arch. It's the one where the troop hides in the trees and
the obnoxious tree panther most of the time.
Yeah, and it's the one with the poison all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Everyone loves that map.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that?
All right, Brain. Thanks for
Well, you
stopping by. I always appreciate it when you're here. So thank you. You even got to see APOC, Brain. You know, how about that? It was nice.
APOC, he had to go non-toxic for a few minutes.
Right.
Non-toxic chat. I'll be right back, my friends.
All right.
Ice is in and out.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. Distinction says he likes ice. That's good. I always like it when the people of the channel enjoy the guests that jump on, because of course I have absolutely no I do have control over who does and does not jump on, but I do let it be open to the community, and whoever does want to jump on, they can. So, and I do appreciate all the different types of guests and all the different viewpoints that we get from all the different angles of the community.
So what do you think, Zalon, of the having a garrison relic?
I like it in the aspect of it's can be another variation of making good defense, because I know that's one thing that everyone says is such a major problem in the game. So if this garrison relic would be very, critical in being able to make a medium to good garrison defender into a really good, like an awesome, amazing garrison defender, well, then that's going to be huge. Because I know a lot of players are thinking about this sixth Titan skill could change old Titans that nobody cares about or uses anymore into an actual viable Titan again. So,
well, that can't happen, because there's even you'd have to put a double X skill or a triple X skill into that last skill slot to make them relevant.
We have to see what this new skill types and stuff that they're talking about in the 137 update before we can say exactly that.
True. The one on the point of view did have a garrison one. It would only aid the defense on your castle, of course, because you wouldn't have any increased defense on any VP lands or on any of your other lands.
Yeah. Yeah, like Bone Wobble just said, offense sells, defense not so much. It's true. Although when a really good defensive Titan comes along, though, people do go crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's because Kronos was big for a defense. Valoran was big for a defense. Those were highly sought after Titans.
Especially after Kronos was released first time around, people went nuts over the second and third Kronos events.
No, it's because you already could get 2 in every one that comes around.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was 2 Kronos events, not 3.
Well, yeah, you could get obviously the team reward plus the individual reward.
Mm-hmm.
So once the next one comes around, it's like, how many Chronii do you need?
Well, I got a third one. I remember when that event came back around and people were like, oh, I gotta get a Kronos. And I'm like, oh, I'll get a third one. He's such a good Titan.
Yeah. I think I've got 2.
He's the only one I have 3 of.
I think he's the only one I have. No, I've got 2 Valorans.
Well, yeah, because it's smart to have 2 Valorans because you can have different resists setups.
Yeah, that's what I've got. But it's so rare that even playing in Masters, you don't get your garrison hit very much these days. It's dropped off more recently.
Yeah.
Legends will still be doing it, but Masters, I don't. I see a lot of VP camping and stuff, but I don't see a huge garrison hit if someone's got a decent defending Titan.
So, Pisces says, I'm about to finish Plinth 7 soon once I finish like 3 battles. Nice. You're on pace, Pisces. I don't think you have anything to worry about. You might even be spending...
I'm on 4.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Frantic? What'd you say?
I'm on level 4.
Oh, okay.
So, Pisces is...
Yeah,
but it depends what you what you enjoy and what you want to put into the game. Obviously, Conquest is the best time to be putting as much time as you can in.
Yeah, because any Titan or relics that you're working on can get a major boost right now, and you can finish up or start a brand new project, one or the other.
As long as you're having fun, that's the main thing.
That's exactly right. Because if I wasn't having a good time on these live streams, I wouldn't be doing them. I enjoy live streaming, and I enjoy spending time with the community, and I'm glad that everyone is here to enjoy it as well. Bring back Assault. Yes, Bone Wobble. Agreed. I'd like to see Assault come back as well. I like those types of events. I feel like they're less oriented on... It's like Conquest. Conquest and Assault, to me, felt like there wasn't exactly as much of a need to throw down $50 or $100 to get to the end. It was more of a... Like Conquest and Assault, since it's like more of a... it's a solo event, because Assault wasn't, if I remember correctly, wasn't alliance-based an event. So, when you have solo event types, it's up to you to where you really want to go in the event. So, you can put finances in, or you can put time in, or you can put neither in. So, solo events, I feel like, are great for the community to be able to take a break if you would like to. Let's put it that way.
I'm really hoping that the new, once the update drops, that they can start rolling out those events again, because they've got a great suite of events there with Assault, Conquest, Relic events, solo events, normal soul events, and now they've got obviously the trials as well, which they run every week. They've got a good variety that they rotate every 3 odd weeks of those couple of day events, and then just throwing in the single day events as they go.
Don't forget, we got relic festivals and Portal Surge. Frantic, of course.
Kingdom Rush.
Community calls for Kingdom Rush. Yes.
Kingdom Rush, another day that I play other mobile games.
Give me a week of that Kingdom Rush, man. 7 full days. See what happens.
Yeah.
Last week was awful for our gameplay.
It was a rough one. This week was solid, though.
This week was solid.
This week was good. A normal week. But they need to have it that every week is like this week. There's 2 to 3 events on every single week.
Well, I don't understand their scheduling. Their scheduling doesn't make sense. I would have it like clockwork.
The 2-day Relic Fest, the 2-day Relic events, I like them. I like 2-day Relic events. You remember when they did 2-day Titan events? They were rough. They did 2-day Titan events.
When was that? That must have been like 2 years ago.
Solo events. Once.
Yeah, they were.
They did. I did one. It was a bowl stand. They were a bowl stand.
They were. Yeah. Well, then there was also Volstan's Boot Camp. Everybody remember that?
Yeah, there was a boot camp. Yeah. Because what was all the drops in the salt? Was that potions, or was that the?
That was the Relic XP.
That was incredible. That's the best thing I can recall that they've done for boosting relics.
Do we have the potion one rolling around currently then or not? I don't think so.
Oh, the one with the potions was Trials of Power.
Oh yeah, that was for the attack boost ones. But I mean, in like the warrior souls, what's the Titan XP one?
That was the boot camp.
Yeah, so we need that as well. If you're going to have a relic one, you may as well have a Titan one. Just have one each week. Rotate them around.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, there's no way that Portal Surge and the Relic Festivals are more profitable than one of those events like we've just discussed. Or would it make much sense?
It's the same rewards. The same way the soul events pretty much have the same rewards for the first, up to like 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000. Just have them on rotation.
Bone Wobble comes up with a really good one. We need an old 5-star relic event. I like that.
That'd be great.
What would that involve?
That would an old 5-star relic event I think they should make it a.
Oh, like Divine Touch.
I think they should make it a 3-day event. Okay, a 3-day event that happens during the week of a conquest.
And you'd get a 5-star for getting to the end.
That'd be amazing.
You would get a 5-star token.
I would choose. I think if they did it off the individual ones, they would make more cash. You know, if it was a featured one, if it wasn't anything like Dragon Slayer, of course.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think it would be you should be able to choose which 5-star you want. And we know
but they're not that far off.
And we know they can do that. We know they can do that. Well, it would be a 3. Listen. It would be a 3-day event for the sense that a 2-day event works great on a Monday to Wednesday. Okay, because you can have the event go Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the actual or Monday and Tuesday, and have the regular Thursday event happen on Thursday. But on a week of Conquest, you could have a 5-star an old 5-star relic event that's 3 days long because the soul count is going to have to be higher. They can't say that the old 5-stars are worth 12,000 souls when they can run a 3-day event and say they're worth 15,000 souls or 16,000 souls. So
what are the old 5-stars worth? They're probably worth about 3,000 DGs, aren't they? 2,000 to 3,000.
Majority of all the old.
I think all of them are relevant, other than Dragon Slayer.
A majority of the old 5-stars all boost troops, so it's not exactly the majority of them. So a lot of people don't have a problem with them because they boost.
I mean, Divine Touch, all those are still relevant.
They boost troops.
I think I use it on my Runa.
Mm-hmm. Pick your own would be awesome. They would make bank. Yeah, right, Bone Wobble? You know? But again, I say it can't. A 5-star relic event couldn't be a 2-day on the same level as a 2-day relic event because I just don't. I don't see the players and or the company making out well on it because the players would say a 2-day event is too short for 5 stars, and there would be too much pressure. And the company also could make more money on a Conquest week instead of throwing in Portal Surge.
Just make the prize of Conquest a 5-star relic. I mean, that would make the most sense rather than these random titans at the end that often many of us are not going to finish for.
I'm looking for.
If we knew there was a choose your 5-star at the end of Conquest, everybody would finish every month.
But see,
that was the Echo.
That's the thing. If they change the Echo tokens to old 5-stars, that might make the Echo tokens into something worthwhile.
That would be huge.
I mean, the community would go crazy.
Yeah, I don't think you could do it as an individual relic one because the value on them, even though they're old, the value on the 5-star is really high. So you'd have to have a lot of souls, and what would you put at all the stages leading up to it? But if you made it like the Echo tokens or collect 2 or 4 Echoes or something and you can pick one of the old 5-stars, or you just got a drop from the old 5-star pool, then that would probably make quite a difference. The value's there.
You'd have everybody getting those Echoes if that was the case.
Yeah, it couldn't be one Echo, but it might be the same way 4 Echoes gives you a pull at that Titan one. One Echo would give you a pull at that random 4-star relic one, and then maybe 4 or 5 Echoes give you a pull at this 5-star altar.
I mean, we would all. I mean, would you finish for that, Ferranic? I'd finish for it.
What's
quite
up,
a lot, but
Red
quite a lot to get Echo.
Makia 13, how we doing? Thank you for joining.
But it would make it interesting. Probably more people complaining about how grindy Conquest is, though.
Right.
There's always a reason to complain.
I just got two.
Man.
I just got 2 warp stones off of a level 13 land. So I'm just going to tell you right now that level does not matter when it's now. It will. It does matter in Titan XP, But
Yeah.
at this point, I don't. As soon as I find a place that's got a whole bunch of open lands and they're super low level, I'll run them quick. And it's nice because I will get 4-star drops. I will get 3-star XP relics. I will get 2-star XP relics too, and 1-star too, because they do pop up when you're hitting that low. But you still will get 3-star XP relics. You still will get 4-star relics, and you'll most definitely get warp stones and double warp stones on super low level 10, level 13, level 15 lands, level 17 lands. So they still have a purpose.
That's why I still use my move sometimes for Conquest.
Yeah,
it's the only thing.
You're not penalized for hitting super low lands, except in Titan. There's another warp stone, but the only thing you penalize yourself is in the Titan XP. But if you're getting a whole bunch of XP relics, normally I throw on some XP relics when I'm hitting the super low ones. But right now, my XP relics are buried in my treasury. So I'll get to them after the stream because I'm just on auto stream mode right now to just continue to play.
Yeah, those warp stones come in bunches, man. They don't fall consistent when they fall.
This is true. And that's why I always say, as soon as you see a warp stone or a double warp stone, at least play one more battle. Because you may get another warp stone on that next battle. You may get a few more warp stones on the next few battles. So you might as well play them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd rather take an old 5-star relic than an old reskilled Matano. True.
Absolutely.
Even if they put a they couldn't do this because the value wouldn't be there. But you know that whole 51 to 100 rank reward that they're like, oh, we got to figure out something to put in there. You know, what can we put in there? They couldn't put a pick your own 5-star there because that would just be too good. I think because
everybody would be dropping. I'd drop to that 51 spot.
So many featured Titans would be skipped over for just that, you know?
Yeah. I think they have it right having that slot with the lesser of the featured Titans.
I agree.
But we'll see how they go. Relics are useless to be in that slot.
Agreed.
They're terrible. Would be like, that Earthbreaker, things like that.
At one time we saw the orbs, and I know they put the runes and the banners there at one point, but that's when they were like just introduced into the game. That was
okay.
That was a couple years ago, but now at this point, if we even see those in there, people are like, nah, not good enough.
Yeah, drop. There's still a lot of people dropping out of that 50 to 100 spot just to get the gems.
RSJ,
the gems are valuable.
What's going on?
Well, gentlemen, I'm sorry I've been all over the map tonight, but for Anik, it was great talking to you for an extended time. It was a lot of fun. And the accent's strong, even though Seth Mopad got all the wow. Yours still holds true.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare to get on to... I don't think I've been on chatting for months since I was last on a long live stream.
It's all right for Anik, but as I tell all my Discord guests, that you don't have to jump on any time in the year except for my birthday's mandatory, so you have to be there. So
birthday stream.
So that's why. But see, this last year's Discord got pretty deep. There was so many guests on, I had to scroll to see all the names.
Oh yeah, there was a lot.
It was insane. But yeah, my birthday stream is mandatory to be on Discord, so you have to be there. But besides,
have a great weekend, man. I'll catch you on D's stream maybe tomorrow. If not, we'll chat soon.
All right, cool. Thanks, Ice. Thank you for joining.
Later, pal.
See you guys. So, how many tokens have you got then, Zalon? In the war altar.
Before the event, I started with. I think I had 16. I don't know. I'd have to check.
About similar. I think I'm on 19 at the moment. They just stack up.
Yeah, well, I think I have 18 now. Or 20? I have to check. All I know is I don't think I'm going to be using... If I use any, it's because I misjudged my time on the next 2 days, and I'm on Plinth 8, and I need to finish Plinth 8 before the end of the event. So if that happens, I'll end up using probably one. I can't even imagine using more than one, because I'm on what, Plinth 6 right now? Yeah, I'm on Plinth 6 with 22. Yeah.
There's something you really don't need to skimp on. Pretty much by the time you get to level 7, 8, 9, or 10, just use them. With 4 uses, they last quite a while.
It is true.
Especially dying.
It is true. But I'm a saver, Frantic. Saver.
No, they've changed the Alethan map. Just reached that one.
Is that the one that everybody's talking about? Oh, look, there's the cat pong in action. This guy's got a little bit of cat pong, a little bit of regular pong, a little bit of no pong.
Ponging all over the place.
Yeah, he's put all sorts of ponging. DG pull, RSJ's asking. I like to pull when I at least have 3. And with the rewards in this event, I only think I'm going to be just over 1,000. Well, I'm not just over 1,000. Like, let's see. If I get 50 more.
You going to stream on the last day?
Oh, on Sunday? I don't know. We'll see what happens.
If Dee's streaming tomorrow, then we'll say. There wasn't Val going to stream.
Yeah, Val and Jim should probably stream tomorrow too, so both of them will. So it should be good. Definitely should be good. Yeah, late one for me. Yeah, I started only a few hours ago, so I definitely started a bit later tonight, but it's okay. Not a big deal. And it's an early one for you, Gary. Nice.
That is early.
Well, I'm gonna stream. Let's see what I got. 16 stones. So what is that? 5. 6 battles. Like 6 battles, and then I'm gonna do, depending on how many more stones I get. Most likely, it looks like I'll be doing 2 more conquest battles. But I'm rank 1,814. So for the first day, I'm in the 4K range. I'm usually not that high. I'm not that low. Usually not. But I did use up all my saved. I typically don't use all of my saved. The
main aim is to get to
warp stones
7 day 1, and then you should be on track to finish 10 by the end of it. Get to 7 or 8 on the first day.
Well, see, I'm just trying to complete 8, so I'm all right.
Very easy.
Exactly, right? Maybe 9. Because if I can complete 9, I'm not going to say no to it. Because it's another, 1,800 gems and Coiled Serpent. Yeah, I'll take that if I'm already there. So we'll see what happens. And yes, I'll throw a token in, or 2, if I'm already there and I'm close. Like, come on, why not? So I'm getting like 5 tokens in this event already? Something like that. Because I'm at 19 tokens right now. And there's still the possibility of getting a few more in this event, so... "5:11 a.m. Wow, early. I think they changed the Panther stage. The trees don't seem as bad. Oh, really? Erica says they changed the Panther stage.
To be honest, I think we've got about 3 maps for each one now. When they rotate them in.
Right, correct.
Which is good, because otherwise it just gets more monotonous, especially the later levels when you're That's why I like to use the tokens in the later ones. Otherwise, you're doing so many battles.
Gary says, yeah, there's a second type now. Oh, so Gary, we were mentioning earlier on the stream about how I threw up the flags on the front of the thumbnail of that of the stream that you were on. I thought it was very funny, and I'm glad you picked up on it eventually. And I hope that you are willing to jump on stream. Not tonight, you don't have to, because we're going to be wrapping up soon, but if at all possible in the future, Gary, that you are willing to jump on the stream. Like, for instance, Frantic was like, Salon seems like he could use company. And Frantic jumped on. And if you ever feel the need to jump on the stream, especially in my first hour where maybe nobody else is on, you know, it's always very welcome. Which I thank you, Frantic.
It is known that if people join Salon on Discord, he streams for longer.
See, this is true as well. Frantic knows me quite well. So, yeah, the more people that join on Discord and the more interaction in the chat, the longer that I stream, most definitely. Excellent, Gary. Because I look at it this way, and I tell a lot of, and I told this to Jim too, and a lot of the other DOT streamers a long time ago. You do have to, as much as you may not be all about YouTube and the whole getting subscribers and having a bunch of subscribers and that the concept of that, you may not be into it. You kind of have to. And what I meant by that every time I've ever told anybody is not because, I want you to get a bunch of money, you know, what all the young kids think YouTube is all about, you know, having a life and a career through YouTube and making a bunch of money and all that, which is only a fantasy for maybe like the 0.5% of people that actually do YouTube and actually succeed. So, you know, besides from that, you know, everybody else that tries YouTube ends up, you know, losing interest or not making enough to make it worthwhile. So they have to have an actual job. So, but I always told them you do promote your channel in the aspect of, if you don't promote your channel enough, then yeah, you could have 50 or 100 subscribers, but does that mean that 50 or 100 subscribers are going to join your stream all the time? Because, yeah, you might have 500 subscribers, but that might mean that, you know, only 50 or 60 or maybe 100 of them are going to get the notification and will even be or want to view your stream. So I see it as having as many Discord guests as possible makes it so that no matter what, there will always be people around to jump on Discord. I look at it along the same lines, and also the same lines as a lot of teams do in DOT, where if you have players from all around the world, you'll always have somebody on. Same similar concept.
One thing I've noticed,
oh, nice, Gary,
in the last the last month or two, is that the player numbers seem to have stabilized quite a lot based on the individual events.
Okay.
Seems to be hovering around the 60 marker. There's 60,000 players.
Yeah. And
which is pretty good.
And yeah, for mobile games, that's good. Because there are plenty of mobile games that either have been out for longer than Dawn of Titans or even shorter than Dawn of Titans that has less than that, and they're still out there. And it's crazy to think that how does a game with 20,000 players survive? And it's because either they have a lot of microtransactions, which are all very, very small, and the players just don't mind shelling out all these small microtransactions and they just don't care. Um, and that's just what keeps the game alive. Or you have a very, very large base and you just don't have to worry about it at all because you have enough people, even your small 1 to 5% of your community that's throwing in money is actually supporting the entire game. So, which I feel like a lot of the we were referring to those season pass type games earlier, and I believe that is why they dominate a lot of the different either console, PC, or mobile theater now, is because yeah, the 1 to 5% is still going to be able to keep the game afloat, but typically now that the season pass is an option, you don't have to do it every month or 2 months if that's the time of the season, and you can just pick and choose a month here or a month there to actually put money into the game, or not do it at all, and still be able to enjoy it. Finish
There is still a limit, of course, on the type of games
that
that
you
are
can
out there.
that you can do that with. Yeah, that's true.
Well, just in terms of, you look at quite a few of them they're out, and they're just complete repeats of other ones that are the exact same type of thing. I thought I saw one recently that looked just like Boom Beach.
Yeah.
That had come.
That had just come out. Yeah, I actually, you know what it was? GI Joe.
Is that what it was?
There's a GI Joe game. There's a GI Joe game that just got released that is identical to Boom Beach. And I thought
it's just because it's a new game.
And just because it's a new game and because it's GI Joe and it's got a GI Joe has its own, like, it's got its own base of people that enjoy it, so they're kind of banking on that.
And it's similar for quite a few of the games that come out. You need to have ones that are more unique, that keep drawing the attention. Like, there's been so many duplicates of Clash of Clans that's still been going on. I think there's probably been quite a lot as well with Clash Royale. DOT doesn't really have anything that's directly comparable. But I think ones like Arc Knights, I think, was very similar to other ones.
But the one thing that goes along with all these games, all of them, is you look up in the top right or in the top middle or the top left, and there's a bunch of colorful different things, and there's a bunch of numbers underneath them. Basically, there's a whole bunch of resources that they visually like to have at the top of the screen, and it is something that all the mobile,
all that collecting, using,
it's all common.
But sometimes certain parts are more fun. Like, you start a game off, you play it for a long time. The part you enjoy the most is just the starting off part. So you're quite happy to jump to a new game that might be the exact same, but you get to redo the starting off point with something slightly different.
Right.
And then that's what happens. You repeat it. Or you get other people who've played one type of game so much that the next one they want to pick up, they want to be completely different.
True.
So they've had enough of that type bit. They need a break.
I know exactly what you mean by that. Pisces said he finished Plint 7 and he's ranked 230. That is astounding, Pisces. Excellent job. I like to chat while I'm playing. Yeah, nice, Gary. Little turns to big. Salon, I still have a bunch to grind. Nice stream, and hopefully you stream again maybe on Sunday. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe on Sunday. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 more battles, and then we're gonna do So what do I got? I got 25 stones. 2 more battles to get rid of my portals, and then we'll jump over to
I'm just going through the trials now.
the conquest. Yeah, I did the trials earlier. I think I did. Oh, I know when I did the trials. I did the trials on Thursday when what is Portal Stone? Yesterday. When we had the Portal Stone rush, I'm pretty certain I did them. Or no, I did them on Monday. I'm sorry, I did them right away because didn't we have Kingdom Rush on Monday?
Oh, was it Kingdom? Was it not Fusion this week, or was it Kingdom Rush?
No, it was Fusion. It was Fusion.
Yeah,
it was Fusion. So
You just have to
I don't know.
remember next time to
I
do
guess
that.
I just found bonus time to get them done because otherwise I would have done them on Thursday.
Yeah. Just have to leave them for Conquest, considering it's the same value as Cat PP, but without the annoyance.
Hmm. All right. And then we'll do 2 conquest battles. And always make sure before you go to bed that you always leave your warp stones so that they can generate while you sleep. It stinks when you ever come back to your game and you look at your warp stones and they're not generating. It's maddening, I should say.
Also, always remember if you've got a warp core equipped, to unequip it whenever you stop playing the game, that session of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Attack a land or something and waste it.
Or, here's another one. Or, when you're doing what I'm doing, going in with, say, a Pigsy with 1 troop, and then click on the island to go into Conquest, and say you're doing 8, 9, and 10, and you just hit battle. And you just went
that doesn't help.
Especially if it's a Sunday, and you're trying to get some of your last ones done, and you need to go in with all your troops, but there's no reason to go in with all of them when you're battling. You just need to go in with all of them when you do Conquest, because otherwise you're not going to get max.
Or a different type of troop. You're leveling up a different Titan and different type of troop outside of Conquest, and then you use the same one for a Conquest battle.
Right.
Instead of swapping it to your Conquest Titan.
It's the worst.
At least the gems isn't too bad. It's only 700 for a refresh. It's one of the things I do like about it. It doesn't feel bad if you're like, oh, I need to do another couple of battles. It's only 700 gems per 10 warp stones.
All right, so I'm actually going to switch over to Osiris because Pigsy, if I'm not paying attention to him, some of these, I know it's only plinth 6, but Pigsy's not over 50 yet. And I know when he gets over 50 and I get some more of his relics maxed out, he's going to be way more effective. But Osiris right now is my go-to. Not have to pay attention. Just go in and we'll kill everything.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I got my Osiris to level 51 before this Conquest. And I upgraded some of the Horde relics. So I'm just using him for Conquest. But I just got Pigsy to 41. I don't think I'm actually using any relics on Pigsy. Level 25 troops on PP lands.
Nice. What's up, Val? Thank you for joining. I'm doing a couple Conquest battles here to wrap up the stream, but pretty soon, I'm going to be finishing up.
If Val's here, she can confirm if they're streaming tomorrow or not.
This is true. Val, you going to be streaming with Jim? Mentioned it earlier on the stream because I know you said you were streaming for Conquest, as well as D should be streaming tomorrow as well. Should be great.
Talk streaming at all this weekend?
Talks? No, I don't think so. always gotta pull Osiris out. Yes, Val says yes. Yar Event says, I tried Arknights, was my first time playing a tower defense game, so it took a while to get used to after DOT battles. Yeah, tower defense games, yes, I've definitely played a bunch of different tower defense games in my time of playing mobile games, and I found a few that I liked. Others that were very cookie cutter of other types. But tower defense games can be fun.
Is that like just that commercial ones I keep seeing for zombie hordes attacking, where you just click and add different defenses and mold them down?
Bloons, tower defense, yeah. That, of course,
That just seems really boring.
Yeah. Well, some of it's... it's all about beating levels and basically... Yeah.
But you basically set up a defense and let them attack. Similar to what Fortnite was originally set up to be. Before Battle Royale took over.
Right.
I must say, I still find these relic tokens useless.
Right? They just give you food. They just give you relic food.
Yeah, but most of the time it's worse than the bonus tokens you get daily. And they charge 1k gem for them. Insane. Who on earth would spend 1,000 gems on one of those? I think must have almost 150 or something of them on my mini because I've never pulled them.
Stinks. I'm on that one horde map that I know that you have to... There, I got him. I got him to kill him. I completed my kite shield collection today with a poison resistance I was missing. Nice, Space King.
I must say, Discord does seem to be cutting out a bit.
Oh, does it? Here, hold on. How about now, Franna? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It just seemed to be fine hearing for a bit, but then it would just go quiet. I'm like, has he gone off to make a sandwich?
It's very possible. You never know. Sandwich time could be sandwich time.
Yeah, or is it just cut out?
Rank 1,442. Wow. Killing it.
Mm-hmm. You got a visitor.
Oh, wow. We got Smallville here. What's going on, Smallville? I don't know if Smallville can hear me, though. Can you hear me, Smallville? Maybe not. Well, we are live on YouTube. Playing Dawn of Titans.
Very similar logos.
Well, yeah, they were all made at the same time, or roughly around the same time. Apox got one, and a bunch of people do.
I was gonna say, did Soldier make those ones?
Yeah. Smallville's is real nice. So Val says in the chat, because somebody asked about time for Val's stream, she says 1 p.m. Eastern. Nice afternoon
what
stream.
What time is that? What time was that? UK time?
1 p.m. Eastern is 7 p.m. 7?
Which therefore makes it 8 a.m. for me.
Oh, so it's a nice morning stream for you.
Yeah. So I have to try and work out where everything. That's why it's really annoying because I don't know the conversions from American time across, whereas UK time is a simple one to work out.
Well, why? Because they're directly 12 hours?
Well, 13 hours at the moment, and then
Okay.
during summertime it goes to 11. But just because a lot of things is measured against Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah.
So everything is plus 12 hours, plus 13 hours, whereas for you guys it'll be minus 8 hours or minus 5 hours or whatever the difference is depending on where you are in the States. Whereas if you try and do it the other way with setting the American times, the standard one, then you've got to jump into British time for the middle bit and then jump across again.
Garyon Grayson is asking, is it better to use all Horde units for this event? I'm using Osiris right now on the stream because I just know they're just gonna kill everything. Because my Horde is level 24 and my Osiris is level 57 with all maxed out relics. So.
Well, your Horde will be 25.
Well, they will be. They will be eventually. But am I saying that Horde is the only unit to use in Conquest? No. If you have other Titans that buff troops, like even Kronos is good. Cause
Italis is really good.
The
latest Italis.
So
or Etalus.
Calvrax is good, Zeus is gonna be good. But you have to level them up, and you do have to have the right relics for them too, as well. So, some people do have certain Titans, but they just don't have the relics, or they have the relics and they just don't have the Titans. So it just works like that a lot. In Conquest,
if you've got to tell the shields for the main different types, so like the Void Shield, the Panther one, and the Ice one and stuff, and Earth, you'll just go through the levels pretty easily.
Yeah, Pisces in Conquest Salon, everyone gets level 25 troops and spells. Yeah. Get the stuff. Yeah. Get the stuff right. Why? What, did I say something wrong? Sorry.
You said 24, because I think your troops are 24.
Oh, yeah. My Horde. Yes, correct. But also at the same time, if I was using them to just regular battle, just to get battles done real quick and stuff like that too, for fast speed purposes, some people might say, yeah, that might be the best Titan just to do your battles, grab as many warp stones as you can, and get into the Conquest battles at the same time, and never even leave using the same exact Titan. But yes. But
3-star Hero Soul.
It just depends on what other possible Titans you may have and what other troops that you may buff.
You generally don't want anything with Ragnar's, they're too slow. You don't want ranged usually, although maidens are not too bad.
Oh yeah.
But generally melee troops that can do a lot of damage. So Imperials or Horde really. Militia might be alright, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Dionysus is good. Majority of the Titans that everybody will tell you to use in Conquest are summoners. A majority, not all of them, but a good majority of the summoners are going to be recommended. A new player, and I only have 3-star Hercules. Oh, okay. Your event says Hercules is a good Titan. He has carried me far in the game. Well, there you go. So melee with charge, basically, yes.
Don't you get the Duke in this?
The
Conquest.
What?
Do we get Malduk?
Yeah, let's just check the rewards again here, because we're almost halfway through 6, which is nice. Yeah, Malduk is right there. I forget which section he was in. But he might be...
What skills does he have again? Can you remember?
He's got all offense for Horde. Pretty certain he's Berserker for Horde.
So that'd be a pretty good Titan to pick up if you're a newish player.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, until you have to get Horde unlocked, but in terms of Conquest, you'll have it unlocked.
But when you have the Horde unlocked, though, look at it this way. If you don't have any good Horde Titans up until Castle level 16, and all of a sudden you become Castle 16 and you're able to make the Horde, well, why not have a Horde Berserker Titan, maxed out with a few Horde relics, and you can max out those 4-star Horde relics because you're eventually going to put them onto another Horde Titan when you finally get a 4-star Horde Titan that's worth leveling. Because you never know. By the time you get up there, there's going to be Horde Titans that people are going to say go for, and there's going to be other Horde Titans that people are like, like a set.
Makes sense to me. I would definitely try and pick them up in this Conquest. If you're a new player, pretty solid. Don't bother trying to get to level 8 or anything because you won't be able to get max damage on most of the lands. But pick him up.
Pisces Shark, that's a good question. Do people who don't have some troops unlocked not get them in Conquest? So if you don't have Horde unlocked or Maidens unlocked or Goliath unlocked, does that mean that you can't use them in Conquest when you have all the other troops unlocked?
I think you do.
I think all troops are unlocked. I believe.
I think that was the case on my mini.
They're all unlocked.
Similar with spells.
Okay, so they're all
Spells,
unlocked. They're all unlocked. There you go. But when you're going around doing your battles to get the warp stones, they're obviously still your normal selection. So keep that in mind. They're only all unlocked just for the Conquest battle, not for anything else. All right. Well, so we got to Plinth 6, ranked 1,161. Not bad. $4K gems range. Just where I want to be. All right, DOT community. All unlocked, says Gary. Nice. Yeah, so the 3-star Horde Berserker will be great for Conquest. There you go. Because up until the time that you're able to actually get Titans that do buff Horde troops, you're going to be maybe a little lackluster, Well, you can get them in the event. And then you start using them in the event, Level them up a bit. All right, DOT community, back to the start of the stream now while I play. Nice, Gary. Well, there's still a bunch of, good content in the beginning as well. And I do have to thank Feranic for joining in. Also, I had Ice on here a bit, and who else?
Am I late to the party?
Yeah, Smallville. I'm literally just gonna sign off right now. So.
Well, good night, everybody.
Yeah, Smallville does amazing Arnold Schwarzenegger impressions. So. And
thanks for the streams along.
Yeah, no problem, Feranic. No problem at all. And I will talk to you all again very soon. Have a good one.